And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Alien Spaceship stream. If you're watching from anywhere around the country or the world, really appreciate every single one of you coming to from the Spaceship Studios from a galaxy far, far away. And we are in the garden. All right. Yesterday we did, not yesterday, but the day before, we did a cool stream about. Yes, Lemon, absolutely. And we are here. And yeah, so we see through there is a flower of the okra growing through the netting, which is pretty cool. Got some more in there too. Yeah, so they're going to be releasing some new UFO files, and we'll see if there's anything about alien bodies, which they call biologics. We'll see if there's any images about that in there. And I think it is very cool to see that. But I don't know if we're really going to get the information we want, because a lot of times they don't show us the truth. They show us things that they want us to see. Because that is certainly a issue, I think, with disclosures and things like that, is that they want to only show us things that they think will get us to stop talking about a topic, but not actually get us to what we want to do. Right. So that's why it's good for you to push for more disclosure. And I would like to see something groundbreaking, some sort of breakthrough type situation. Oh, thank you, Carlos. Oh, and thank you for gifting the membership to Miss Adams. I've known her for many years. That is very nice of you. And to give, the memberships gifts. And yeah, and that is, what I personally like to see more of. Now, a positive thing is that there are many people that are taking interest in the alien stuff. So it is gaining lots of traction, and it's gaining lots of attention in the media, and people have been talking about it on social media in general. This leads me to believe that at some point in time... Oh, thank you for the super chat. Very cool. And yeah, so that is what I believe is completely important, is to have people interested as much as possible and for it to spread the word. So that would be the positive outcome that could come through all of these different things. And there is a dragonfly on me. Yep. Let's see. On the other hand, there's a dragonfly flying around me, and that is pretty funny. And yeah, the dragonflies are plentiful around here, and they really like the different lightings. So the moon is around, but it's covered at the moment, but eventually will be uncovered. Yeah. So the good things that are coming out about the alien files is that more people are taking interest in the aliens. More people are talking about it everywhere, and it'll be good to have potential future complete disclosure in the future, even if now they don't really show everything. Yeah. So a lot of people that I've talked to many people are upset about the alien files, that they're not releasing things that would be surprising to people. Now, at first, from what I heard, is that they're going to show things that are not really that big of a deal, and then over time they're going to show more and more things that are of a fascinating report. We will see, but there's a new file drop happening soon. You know, people are seeing and have seen throughout time different alien sightings. Some people see glowing eyes in their sheds. Sometimes people see things in the sky. There's just a lot of things that we can't explain. And yeah, let me shout out to Miss Adams and shout out to Carlos. Yeah, definitely. Okay. And here is the moon. So we did a moon live the other night for the earlier crew, and also just in general. It was the time when the moon was rising over the trees. And because I do live streams at various different times. Sometimes I do them earlier, sometimes I do them later. And I go through different cycles. And yeah, now we're seeing the moon while it's way in the back. That direction is where Australia and the south part of the world would be, in that direction. Good morning, Saw. It's great to see you. And we have our nice moon. And it is important I think it's important to observe the moon because, you see, that to me is a very full moon right there. Very full moon. Yeah. And, you know, there are conspiracies about the moon being an alien base. There's been a lot of literature and media about aliens coming from the moon and monsters coming from the moon too. So the reason about monsters coming from the moon, it was apparently some old farmer's legend. And many years ago, I did a cartoon about it because I used to draw cartoon things, like cartoon skits. And so on Halloween, the moon would be very close to Earth, and all these different creatures would jump from the moon down to Earth, right? So there was these conspiracies about something coming from the moon. Another problem was the moon itself was, especially in the very, very old movie, there's a very old movie about the moon. It was a classic. And they sent a rocket to the moon, but it was like a cannonball, right? And they go to the moon, and there's all kinds of creatures and things lurking around. And when that happens, you think it's like their fictional account of what they thought the moon was like. Now, as I said, there are conspiracy theories that on the dark side of the moon, there's some alien base. Or the moon itself is an alien base. So, yeah, it definitely, to me, seems like there's more to it than meets the eye. But yeah, there's countless alien sightings that are happening all over the world. So that can't be denied. If they're humans, if they're drones, if they're a combination of things, we may not know. But there are lots of unexplained activity that has occurred. I've seen some different accounts that people have had dreams of the aliens, and I mean, a lot of people, I've had dreams about them. And it's possible that people that had dreams about them could have had either repressed or true encounters about them. Thank you, Saul. Appreciate it. And when you're in a dream, a lot of times, something could feel very real. Even if it doesn't seem like it, it very well may be real. And like, I was having some dreams similar to Mermaid's games that she plays. I didn't really realize it at first, but I knew there's times where I'll be in a dream and I know there's something going on. Like, this can't be real. But I was just so there was like this big place, and there was this little farm of these like horses and stuff. It was pretty cool, but I don't know, just it didn't seem like real. But then then the next thing that occurs is the place turned into a giant museum, just looking around, and there is something chasing or trying to find me, kind of like that game she plays. And I was kind of looking around, but there's nothing really going on, right? And I'm thinking to myself, this isn't even real. Then there's a part where I was going to a deeper sleep. I'm like, I don't really want to do this exactly. I don't know what's going on over here, but like it's time to wake up, right? And I woke up, right? So that was interesting. And but basically the dreams can feel very real. Oh, okay, Carlos. Yeah. Well, happy Canadian Day. You have a Canadian curse, though. It goes deep. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, happy Canadian Day. We have quite a few people from Canada on the spaceship. So, yeah, that is, have a great day. Our day is on the 4th. We're almost there. Yeah, that is awesome. Canada is, I feel, a good ally, a good friend, and to the United States. It's almost like another part of the United States. I could say it's. Canada Day. Yeah, understood. I know what it's like. I certainly, with all the different trials and stuff I do, I can understand. And yeah, so with Canada has really nice landscapes, and it has really amazing like there's polar bears in parts of Canada. There's woodlands. There's all kinds of things there. So I believe it's a amazing people, and landscapes are very nice too. Oh, thank you, Lemon, for the update. He said it is a very yellow sunset, and the sun's about to come up where we are. It's getting a little bit brighter. It's kind of cloudy, so about maybe an hour or 2 hours, it'll be sunny right here. Yeah, but everything outside is coated in bright yellow right now. Okay, I appreciate that update. And yeah, it is traveling to where we are. Because like one part of the sky looks like it's a little bit about to be twilight, and then that part of the sky is still nighttime. Right there's the west coast where I'm pointing at. Well, in that direction, if an arrow was shot from here to that direction, it would be Mexico. The middle of Mexico. Farther up north in that direction would be around Cali, way up there, in that northern direction. And over there is Mexico. Yep. So dreams are very realistic, and when people do lucid dreaming, you can be able to control the outcome of different dreams and stuff like that. And that's a concept I think is needs to be explored and it's studied more, because are the dreams another world of some kind? Is like this theory that I've talked about in the show before is that it could be an alternate reality of another dimension, another universe, which I found it was interesting. You're getting a glimpse of it for a second, or an alternate reality that could have been. It's definitely like another dimension of some sort. Now there looks like there's an alien face over the moon right there. That's what it looks like to me. Like right there. It's kind of like a sad, alien face. Yes, the moon is thick. That is true. And it's a thick piece of cheese. Yeah. And I will say that as a full moon, like it's almost where the point where I could just put a lasso over it and bring it down here. Like it literally looks so close you could touch it. Yeah, and those are some exotic clouds that are hovering over the moon. It transformed into something else. Oh, a cloud covered everything, so it's dark and gloomy. Yeah, one cloud can basically do that. My sunrises have been delayed by like an hour because of a cloud blocking the sun. So, yeah, it's really crazy how like one cloud can do a lot. It's almost like a candle, and putting the candle, something over the candle, like a metal object over the candle, to get it to stop shining its light. Because the sun can look like a fire, especially at certain times. And then like a cloud puts it out. It's pretty crazy how it all works. Anyway, there's a basketball game going on at the court nearby. Too lazy to go, though. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty good. I think basketball's a cool game. Carlos, that's an excellent idea. It says, instead of using water cooling, they should build an AI data centers on dark side of the moon, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, the dark side of the moon definitely would be pretty cool for that, and they could station everything off the Earth on the dark side of the moon. Now, if there are aliens there, maybe what they can do is watch the AI for us, the AI data centers. And there's definitely power that could be absorbed, lunar power and solar power that could be absorbed from that. Or liquid nitrogen cools even more of that. But that may create nitrogen gas. Yeah, we don't need to create any explosive by mistake or something lethal. That might be not good to exhale. Yeah. So now the entire sky is turning like a dark, like a navy blue color. AI will figure out a way to have itself around without using our power sources. But yeah, with those data sensors, they're going to be using a lot of Earth materials for that. And I'm sure the cost of it a year is going to be catastrophic. So that is something to also be aware of, how the long-term goal is going to be. But yeah, they will be able to store lots of information because the AI does gather a lot of information, and it can be used to gather information because it's like one of those supercomputers you see in these movies, like, figuring out how much chocolate is in something, like in Willy Wonka. They had a computer. The Twilight Zone is a very good example of the AI because in the Twilight Zone, they talk about AI in the way of using those robots and those supercomputers that they had. That was basically AI. But they didn't have the technology like we have now to know what's actually going to be going on. There's concerns that AI eventually will be doing things to the Terminator, and it will cause, it'll become sentient, maybe cause problems. Now, the main issue people have is the robots, because there's a lot of these robots that are coming around, but they're actually very clumsy. There are a lot of them being created in China, and one of them converted to Buddhism. Some of them can do martial arts, but sometimes they can just walk, and they just fall over. And that is something that is funny. There's supposed to be these robots that are going to take over the world and do something crazy to us, but instead they just fall over and break. Yeah, that cloud, for instance, looks like a UFO. I like when I see things like that in the sky, but yeah, those are some lore around the moon itself, and AI. And I think there's a lot of AI data centers that are going to be created that are going to do all kinds of things. Regarding surveillance, possibly, because there's concerns that the AI is going to do surveillance with people. And we have to, of course, watch and see what happens with that. Because, aliens are out there, and they could have something to do with AI. If anything, the aliens could themselves be behind it. Maybe they speak through it. Maybe it's possible that it's a passageway where the aliens can speak through those things. Right? You see, that's the sky is getting a little bit brighter. Yeah, and AI, and then I do think that the artificial intelligence that the aliens themselves would have is going to be very interesting. And Carlos says, I think depending on where you see the moon from, Earth changes. It rotation northwest. I've seen a face in the dark craters. Oh, I have seen a face in it too. We should instead AI nuclear powered bot space, maybe instead of a rover, etc. Nice. Yeah, I believe that would be more effective because an AI nuclear power robot could do the trick. There are certain things humans can do that the AI can't at the moment, but that would be a great idea to send it out there and would have unlimited energy too. Yeah, the faces in the moon are very interesting because was there people or aliens or something on the moon at one time? That's something to wonder. Is there something going on of a subliminal message or a sign of some kind? Because there could be bases there too. On Mars, it's the same thing. On Mars, there's a face that's in the sand. Because there's all kinds of things that we don't really know. Now, Lemon says nuclear actually runs out after a few million years. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it would last a few million years and then it would go out. I see. Okay, and you see that's the sky getting a little bit brighter. Yeah, there's apparently different aircraft, stuff like that was able to go through the moon. So maybe that's a sign that there's things entering and leaving the moon itself. There's a theory that we did go to the moon, but aliens told us to not go back there, or there was something that they didn't want us to see. So we stopped going to the moon for that reason. Because, they never went back to the moon after that. And, of course, I think it would be expensive, and there's lots of things that have to go into play. But, yeah, it's possibly alien life on there. There's certainly faces that are on it, and also Mars, too. Now, the theory about Mars is that a few billion years ago, there was life on there, and they came to Earth because they destroyed it in a nuclear war. And we're the descendants of those people. And there's evidence of something nuclear happening on Mars. And there's structures and things there, too, that people are suspicious about. They don't really know what they are. I hear something. Okay, so there might be a little raccoon or something that's lurking through this. During the other moon live, I saw some. Scared. Or maybe it's Claude. It could be him too. Okay, so we're going to be going this way and finding out what else is lurking in the shadows. Yeah, so the moon itself could be an AI type of device, because the moon and the sun are... Oh, it could be the skunk ape. Yeah. The skunk ape is something that is existing in swamp regions, and I found out that right there is Bubbles. Okay, so go this way. Right there is Bubbles. And he's looking cute. Do not see Claude at the moment in this region, but we see Bubbles right here. Yeah. And then he's going to go back to his area where he's going to take his seat. He has a chair over there, and he's going to sit there, enjoy his morning. Yes. Yeah, Bubbles was lurking in the darkness. Now we're going to go see where that skunk ape is. Okay, and see, that's the blue sky. It's turning blue. So going into the shadows, we're going to see what we find. And yeah, I mean, the sun and the moon function like a Tesla coil. And that is a fascination about the mechanisms of the Earth and the moon and how they're all in sync with each other is very cool. And it looks like there's more of the moon peaking as it's about to set. Okay, so in here, we're going to probably get a lot of dragonflies. Let's see. Okay, there is a giant thing that flew at me, and it pressed a button, but I'm back. Scared. It was the skunk ape. Some hairs. Okay. So far over here it is quiet. Yeah, scared. Scared. Exactly, Rose. Yeah. Okay. So I don't even know what you would even call that color, but that is quite fascinating right there. Yeah. Yeah. So there are all kinds of different cryptids. There's a boogeyman. I don't have chickens yet in this yard, but they're in the distance. So yeah, there's a boogeyman allegedly in these regions, and a swamp creature as well. So there are cryptids around. Your early bird gets the worm. Yes, Lemon, I'm not aware of them. They have all kinds of sketchy gas station pills and things people can smoke and take that are sketchy. Yeah, there's all kinds of sketchy things we sold at gas stations. Those eyes, I'm not too sure. I have... Okay, so I have heard things in the distance that could be cryptids. And I definitely have seen some strange things, but mostly they were just entities that were around here that were like animals that I found out later. Oh, oh, Lemon, those things aren't right. You are correct. Those people are just trying to sell something. And it probably could cause people a lot of problems if they took them. And they could go to a doctor or take some proper thing for that. What you're referring to is something that is probably going to not work out well. Or it's something that I would say it's not that safe. Yeah. So, no, I've seen what you're talking about before. And, yeah, I agree. It's something sketchy. You know, so there is a boogeyman that lurks within the swamps. Scared. Lemon says, like I saw a video, and supposedly herbal ones are actually pumped full of chemicals and stuff. Yeah, and they use things like herbal, to get people to buy things. Like if something's organic or natural or whatever, people are more likely to buy it than people that are not organic or natural. So it's a marketing scheme. Oh, they always say that. It's lab tested, it's organic and natural. All that is trying to get people to buy it. Like with cigarettes. They said cigarettes are healthy for your lungs and for your throat, according to doctors. Back in the 50s and 60s, it was something healthy. In the 40s and before that. But it's actually something very lethal. So, yeah, it's... You know, a lot of that's just smoke and mirrors. You know, they're trying to get people to buy something. The swamp monster that exists I know, understand lemon, and it's still something that I believe is a marketing scheme, even if there's truth to what they're saying, because the science, it's better to get something that's made officially by a doctor or whatever, because these other things, even if they're, however they make it look, they're still trying to sell something to somebody. Resin and vape pens, that is it's certain chemicals that are mixed together. You have a liquid form, and you have a flavor, and that's what the resin is. It depends, Saw. If there is some vapes that are THC and some that are not. So if the vape pen has THC in it, yes, it's resins of THC. It's some form that I wouldn't recommend necessarily re-smoking, but it's some sort of form of weed, most likely. Yes. And depending on what type it is, if you could have blueberry that has nothing in it. It just depends. Now, I will say, with resin that you're speaking of, Saul, the one you're specifically talking about, it's a vaporizing device. I'll give you the definition of it. Cartridge filled with cannabis concentrated extract from freshly harvested, flash frozen marijuana plants. So what you're referring to, Saul, specifically, the resin, and some of them probably don't have it, some of them do, but I would say most of them are cannabis type products. I would say, just to be safe, all of them are, right? And they deliver a stronger, more authentic, full spectrum experience than the traditional kind. The standard cannabis is dried and cured before processing. Live resin skips these steps. Flash freezing and plant immediately upon harvest. Freezing the plant locks to volatile chenprens cannabinoids used to degrade during drying process. My pleasure, Saw. I saw a fourth grader take a fat hit of one and pass to his friend in class. Saw that same dude smoke cig behind the school too. Oh yeah, Lemon, when I went to school, there's people that did that also. Some of them did it in fourth grade, but most of them did it in high school. But back in the past, at my school, people used to smoke all the time. Back in the past, like the Grease movie. But over time, the smoking laws changed. But of course, kids aren't supposed to smoke now anywhere. But yeah, I know my friends, some friends I had did that too. The flash frozen plant material is extracted using solvents like butane or propane to release the fresh, flavorful aromatic oil. Live resin offers a true strain taste that tastes identical to the living cannabis. Dilates that had strip natural require artificial reintroduction terpenes. Because live resin maintains the broad spectrum natural compounds, the user will experience a more well-rounded, long-lasting, and often stronger high compared to the highly processed THC extracts. Well, that's good you don't smoke them anymore, so. And the distillate usually has a higher pure THC percentage. Live resin typically boasts slightly lower THC percentage, 60 to 80%, but relies on the combination of cannabinoids and delivers stronger overall effect. Hey, chat, and this is the sky becoming closer to being, bright. Indonesia has really bad smoking problem. Oh, Lemon, I'm aware of their smoking problem. Yeah, definitely. Like, even the babies and the toddlers are puffing their first smokes at their age. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the sun just came instantly in a blink of an eye. Yeah. Yeah, Lemon, I remember in Indonesia, there's like everybody smoking cigarettes constantly. All over the place. Oh, thank you, Saul. Glad you like it. Yeah, it's very pretty, indeed. A lot of birds are talkative this morning. Also. Yeah, because it's like a smoking pandemic over there. I'm sure it's easy for people to access, and the laws are probably very relaxed over there about it. In America, the laws used to be very relaxed, but over time they got more restricted. Indonesia faces a severe smoking crisis with nearly 1 in 5 adolescents smoking and up to 36% of boys aged 13 to 15 using tobacco, driven by aggressive marketing and cheap cigarettes. And deep cultural acceptance, many begin the habit before age 10. This passive epidemic threatens long-term public health and childhood development. According to Google AI, thank you for letting us know. It is certainly something that they should be doing when they're more older if they want to, but they probably shouldn't smoke anything at all. But yeah, that is certainly messed up. Oh, thank you, Carlos, for the super chats. Very nice. And his unicorn. Yeah, and I do hear noises. Yeah, it's Bubbles. Yeah, it's Bubbles himself. I think it looks cool. With its tail and its everything, yeah. Okay, over here, we are hearing some noises out here. Maybe it's the boogeyman. There is a monster that is drenched in Spanish moss, and he walks around with glowing eyes. And he goes, "Roo." That's something that lurks around these regions. Yes, I agree, Saul. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, you see, over there, that's what the cigarette companies did in America back in the past, but they put a crackdown on them. In a lot of those countries, when it's unregulated, people could just do what they want. And, y'all got some crazy snakes over there, like the pythons and the different things like that, which I think y'all have pythons over there. Probably not. I guess you don't have pythons, but you have some really crazy snakes over there. So, yeah, definitely they need to do more regulation with the laws. I have not seen it yet, Rose, but I plan to see it at some point. It's been a little bit busy with some things, but it's something I would like to see and I recommend seeing. Okay. And right here's where a lot of the... But yeah, I've heard mixed reviews about it. Some say that it was good, some say that it was okay. And you see, the concept of that, I believe, is important to show people more about what could be going on and what may happen with that. Right. And that is what I think of it. You know, it's... Oh, you heard it reveals a lot of good stuff. Yeah, I believe it's subliminal messaging about what is going to happen in the future with disclosure, and with subliminal messaging about what aliens are doing. And what aliens are going to do in the future with complete disclosure. I believe it's going to be very clear as day about it. Because I think that they know about aliens and they know about secret government stuff, and they're just giving us subliminal messages through those movies. That's what I think they are, completely. Indeed. You know, I remember I saw A Quiet Place. I think that's the right movie. Emily Blunt's in it. And there was so many, like, you know, they had these, like, crazy, like, cryptid creatures. And people can't talk. And that movie's really, like, anxiety-driven, nerve-wracking. But it's a good movie, though. I saw all of them as they were coming out. I hear something snoring or something like that. Like, people say they hear disembodied voices and stuff. I'm hearing that right now. Somewhere around here. Yeah, she's very great. She was also Mary Poppins. Yeah, I saw that when it came out. You know, back in the past, I saw movies much more before Koof 19. I did see more movies, but yeah, it was. Then I stopped seeing the movies, and I just focused on YouTube, and here I am. I still have seen movies, but not as much as I used to. But yeah, she's very good at what she does. The bugs over here are crazy, man. Haven't gotten too much bugs flapping around the light bulb as much now, but before I was getting termites, dragonflies, stink bugs, etc. Daze each other. Oh, well. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Just like over here. Yeah, I mean, y'all probably have crazier bugs than I do. Yeah, definitely. And Saw says, I love Emily Blunt. I love her in Scario. Such a good movie. Thank you. I've not seen that one. I'll look at it. And like they were getting through the cracks in the roof ceiling and they fly around the living room. I know what you're talking about. I've had instances like that happen with roaches in the past. But yeah, it's sometimes when the bugs slip through, it'll be, you know, it's always like the final boss of a game or something when the bugs come in. Rose, I had a dream last night. I got about 2 hours of sleep on the floor. And I didn't really want to really sleep too much because I want to see this trial that's going to be going on and do this live stream with y'all. And there was this scene from this movie. So my friend Pools Mermaid, who's one of our mods here, she plays these games, right? These big empty museums and pool rooms, and there's like something chasing after you. So I kind of had a dream like that, and I didn't realize it until I woke up. So I thought it was real, but I knew it wasn't real. So there was this farm that my family had in this dream, and there sounds like a woodpecker that's in there somewhere. A woodpecker in there. A lot of activity over here right now. So that is what happened. There was this thing of these horses that were white and other types of creatures, and it was kind of strange. And I go into this large place, and there's like a vast. It was a very vast place, and I just didn't really think it was real. But I was like, all right, let's see what happens. It's pretty cool. Over time, I was trying to get this one horse, but I just couldn't get it. It just kept on drifting. Then there's a part where things get a little bit dark. It's kind of dim in the place. And all the animals are museum pieces now. I'm like, all these animals just turned to museum pieces. Well, this certainly is not likely real, but I'll go along with it, whatever. Because I can do lucid dreaming. So I'm just kind of like, there's something not right here, but whatever. And something was coming after me and just trying to barricade it or figure out a way to deal with the situation, but there's nothing really there. Nothing really happens. It's kind of like a phantom. It's like something that comes and then it goes, right? And I realized it couldn't really be happening. Then I felt myself going to a deeper sleep, kind of like, yes, Rose. And I felt myself, I was going in a deeper sleep, and I didn't want something weird to happen in the dream, or in the sense that I knew I had to go do this stream, and I didn't want to go deeper into whatever was just happening, because sometimes I'll have dreams that were different types of dreams throughout the dreaming session, and I woke up. I'm like, it's time to wake up. I just felt. And I woke up. Yeah, it was just time to wake up. And yes, Carlos, the X-Files is one of my themes. Sometimes, Carlos, I stay up for days. Sometimes. Like there's times where I'll stream a trial all day, and then at night we get to do the garden live, and it just kind of does its cycle. But yeah, I definitely need more sleep. Yeah. And that is so X-Files is very good, and I have watched it, and the theme of the X-Files is my theme also. When I was in school, I would talk about these alien things, and they'd play the X-Files for me as a theme on their phone. Yeah. And Carlos says, I've seen someone have brain aneurysms from little sleep. Oh, okay, understood. Thank you. Yeah. Lemon says, as a kid, whenever I had a bad situation, I had to stay up all night in the bathroom breaks. Yeah. And yeah, I understand. And I basically, when people, get sick, it definitely does keep one up at night. Indeed. Yeah. And Rose said, lucid dreaming too, it's quite interesting. There are pros and cons for it, for sure. Yeah, and with lucid dreaming, it's like being in a simulation. And Sauce says her dreams are full of action adventure. Yeah. So I said, this dream, as I said, it was an action adventure, and it was also a mystery. I like scary stuff and mystery stuff. But as I felt I was going deeper into something, and I'm like, I got to go do something else, Yeah, so that sounds pretty cool about your dreams. Yeah, and I've had lucid dreams and as I said, it was a cool dream. It was like being in a giant museum of some kind. But overall, there is some darker undertones. But yeah, it was based off of mermaids' pool rooms. Yeah. Oh, you didn't have that over there? That must have been very cringe. They didn't have the proper medicines there. Lemon, is there any remedies they had over there for that? Or no? Oh, you didn't take it, okay. All right, so that is some of the sunrise right there. There's lots of clouds covering it. But that is a preview of what the sun is going to come up. Oh, you had various herbal remedies, okay. Oh yeah, so glad you like the colors. Yeah. Have you watched Alien Abduction Incident in Lake County 1998 yet? I have not. I have to go look at it. Thank you for the suggestion. All right, I have a lot of action-packed dreams, usually kicking ass in the dreams and trying to get out of different scenarios. Awesome. You're one of the Avengers. Okay, look at this, chat. This is an okra flower that's going to be blooming. Look at that, chat. Very cool. And look, that's an okra right there growing. Right there. After it flowered. Oh, it was recommended, okay. And we got the tomatoes growing very big. Broccoli right there. And so we got all the plants. And yeah, daylight came quick. I'd never had lucid dreams before, only scary ones, and ones where I feel like I'm tripping on drugs, like really weird ones. Yeah, that's kind of similar to sleep paralysis nightmares. Yeah, I have had dreams like that too. Very green squash and pumpkins over there. Okay. Oh, she's a ninja warrior. That's cool. That's hilarious. Let's see. I didn't know that. Yeah, it has a flower bloom, and then it does other things. Ninja Girl. Yeah. Huge leaves of the pumpkin. Huge leaves. Yeah, shout out to the ninjas. So lucid dreams are an amazing concept. And, when you're in a dream, you like wake up in a place and you don't even realize where you are exactly or where you could be. It all is just subjective about what reality you're in, because you wake up like in the middle of a dream. You don't really know much about the beginning or ending. You just kind of end up in the middle of it. Rose said, Lemon, those dreams are interesting and can also be scary too. They give us insight, but they also might be taking you in the wrong direction. Depends where you let it take you. Yeah. Also, your interpretation of it. So it's where you let the dream take you and where you might allow it to go. That's what it all depends on. Because there are bad omens and good omens and stuff like that. And that is very wise words, Rose. Indeed. That's a nice view of the big plant, the clouds. This is the Jurassic type scene right here. It shows that, in Jurassic, the ancient world can still exist now, or remnants of it, because that's where we see all these fascinating clouds and stuff as the skies turn more pink. This is a nice shot right here of the palm tree and all those clouds in the distance. Very nice. Exactly. She said the ancient world is around us. Even as cranes come through, they bring us in a Jurassic bird call. So it's cool. Yeah. Yeah. We just need some dinosaurs to walk around here. And some of those scary cats. Yeah. Microraptor are chickens. Yes. Yes, that's true. Adding chickens here would be very good microraptors. Yeah. Oh, my pleasure, Rose. It's awesome to share it with y'all. These sunrise streams are very popular, and I'm doing the live streams at the Garden Lives at different times. I did it last night at 10, and then at night when the moon rose, and before that I did one at the time we used to do it, around 1 or 2, and now we're doing the sunrise streams, which, you know, sunrise streams are very cool. What's up, Lemon? Oh, look at this. That's nice. Those are some nice pink clouds. Oh, what did you find, Lemon? And so it's the nice pink clouds. A new image from space reveals previously unknown structure stretching 5,000 miles along the Atlantic Ocean, says news outlet. Oh, thank you, Lemon. Okay. Okay, and right here we have clouds, very majestic looking. Oh, it's seaweed. Okay, okay. Hilarious. Yes, it's a lot of seaweed. But now there's conspiracy theories now, so maybe it really is something there and they're trying to cover it up and saying it's seaweed. Yeah, but it is a lot of seaweed. That's a golden sky. The sun isn't quite up yet. Okay. There's some more pink clouds. They're chilling. He must have read your mind. I just heard him for a second. I hear him. Very, very faintly, but he's not over here just yet. But yeah, it definitely is quiet with the birds. It's very quiet. But I hear in the distance something. Yeah. Mr. Mockingbird needs to come over here. See, the clouds make all kinds of fascinating colors as the sun hits it in different ways. Yeah, noise. Yes. Yes. In a cool way, the mockingbirds are similar to the dinosaurs because they're similar to birds. Dinosaurs and birds are similar. Yeah. So yeah, I will say that the birds are being quiet. They were active a little bit earlier, but the mockingbird is quiet, and the other birds are too, interestingly. We'll see you, Mr. Mockingbird. We need you to come out and chat with everybody. Over here, it's still dark. It's almost like nighttime right here. There's this little outskirts where the sun hasn't shined. And Bubbles is over there. We saw him earlier. Now he's over there, resting right there. And so a lot of things. Yeah, it is a very eerie morning, because a lot of times, like for those that are coming through, that we usually hear a lot of tweeting birds. At the moment, we don't really hear as many at the moment, but they are around. Well, I hear the roosters in the distance. They are out there. Oh, there it is. Okay, I heard him for a second. He was somewhere over here. Yeah, very quiet. There's still crickets. Yeah, there's still crickets, but nothing really else. That's another tree they go in sometimes. I know there has to be a meeting probably going on between different birds. That's what's happening. The bird union is having a meeting. That's what it must be. Yeah. Crazy clouds with some other clouds, and the sun's like down there somewhere. Yeah, when you have so many different galaxies out in the universe, the chances of something else, yeah, the chances of us as being alone is unlikely. Oh, that is true. There could be a storm coming. I definitely can see that because of the clouds, and probably by the afternoon it will be here. Yeah, they're quiet when they know something's about to happen. That's true. Soon the sun will be up. You can see some on this over here. See, that's the glare of the sun. It's about to come up. Yeah. So birds, by the way, for those in the chat, they are in tune with the Earth's magnetic field, and they really know what is going to be happening with weather, events like that, etc. And we can look up exactly what can cause the birds to do that. Definitely. But yeah, they sense when things are going to be happening. And we have like a view of the sky right there. And you see the sun's already up, but it has to come over where we are. And then we'll document the sunrise. Okay, and I can find this out right now, actually. as they temporarily shed feathers that facilitate flying, maybe quieter so they can escape the predators. So they could be shedding feathers and they want to be safe from predators. That could be a reason. And I'll look up more stuff about it later, but that's basically what it could be. They could be shedding their feathers. Yes, I've noticed that too. Yeah, everything in the garden has gotten very big. And I am proud of that. And yeah, because it's been raining tremendously, a lot. And look how big they got. They got really huge. I know it's almost like supernatural, and we'll go closer to them. All the way up there. And these are going to get bigger too. Yeah, I know. I know. It would be cool if they could make a hybrid between this and that plant. They would grow bigger and taller. Now, the leaves are larger than that plant. The weed is has thinner leaves in them. Yeah. So if they could make a hybrid plant between both, would be it would be like a super weed plant. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot like the maple leaf. That's true. And shout out to the Canadians for Canadian Day. Yeah, it's almost like an alien plant. It's like a hybrid. People thousands of years ago used to grow these for food and herbal medicines. Yeah, happy Canadian Day. Sorry. Oh, there he is. Okay. Oh yeah, Lemon. It's cool. A lot of people use the stream for that. Yeah. I'd say most viewers. Yeah, and so I get a lot of viewers even in the trials that I stream, but they mostly just lurk. I think the bird was waiting for the sunrise, and we could see the sunrise in these trees right here. It's pretty cool. See over here. Okay, and this is a region where the sun will be coming up. You know, it's behind the pine trees. You know, the smell of pine is used in candles and soaps and all kinds of things. It's a very festive holiday smell. You know, so it's pretty cool to have them go through the pines in the morning. And pines usually, I think, are evergreens, I think. And they usually grow up north, but this is a hybrid region, so they also grow here under certain circumstances. Yeah, and that's the sun right there. Little light right there. We've got our first sights of the sun, and it's making its way up. And we had the birds chirp for a second, but that was it. Yeah, that is the sun right there. Looks similar to what Lemon described. It looks like yellow fire. It was in the islands in the Pacific, and now it's over here. We have the sun safely over this part of the world now. Sauce says, hello, Mr. Sun. Exactly. Thank you, Frog. Morning to you. Very enchanting sunrise, indeed. Yeah, and you see with this sunrise, and Frog says hello to Saw, and this sunrise, the light shining over the nice grasslands in the city. And it's making its way up further. Yeah, very enchanting indeed. Yeah. And the sky is a golden color. Definitely what we like to see. And we're going to see it as it rises up further. This is very cool. This is the state next door to you. Okay, and let's see some other shots of the sun hitting other things. So we documented the sunrise. Okay, now we're going to show this part, which has been pretty cool. Okay, so here's the sunrise completely. We have the sun enchantingly, the blue sky. It's a baby blue right now. And the yellow, the golden hues on the green trees and the plants too. Also have it on here. Oh, it's like yours. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and we would have similar plants. That's awesome. If this is it hitting on a tree, so it's like an ancient tree with, yeah, thanks. With lots of golden hues on the branches. That is awesome, Saw. Nice picture. Facts. All right, so that's the sun right there. Thanks, Frog. Yeah, this is a very enchanting sunrise, and the orange fireball is now risen over the trees. We watched the moon, and now we're watching the sun. Right. Yeah, it's gonna get hot. Indeed. Yeah, it's definitely very bright. Yeah. Frog said when I worked concrete construction years ago, we all would see the summer sun and say, "Here comes the red ball." Yes. Yeah, here comes the red ball. Right here. Yep. The red ball is still doing its thing. Yeah, here comes the red ball getting ready to cook us all day. Oh yeah, y'all definitely got cooked from it. Indeed. That's true. Saw said, I used to live in Phoenix, and winter there is fantastic. The summer, fall, not so much. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's very cringe. Yeah, with the heat. I might be seeing some friends. I mean, but something like that. I'm not too sure yet. So, I could be, I could not be. There is something I'm going to get in a moment. Still been watching the sunrise. Just have to get something really quick. Okay. What's this? All right, I'm back. The rebar steel would get so hot that you couldn't pick it up with the leather gloves. So we use a cardboard on top of the leather gloves to pick it up. Carlos has the symbol of the mighty swamp puppy. I want to roll 1,000 firecrackers to pop all at once to disturb my a-hole neighbors. Frog, that's hilarious. Definitely hilarious. I hear thunder. Oh, in the rural area, it's against the law. Oh, scared. Scared. You're definitely going to get him. So it's not against the law. Yeah, they can't get you out there. Yeah. You do whatever you got to do. Yes, I see that, Frog. It's not against the law. He's in the country, so it's not against the law. And you'll get what you have to get done, and you'll get him good. Yeah. Oh, that is good, Saul. That's good. Thanks, Frog. Definitely. Yeah, so definitely it will be a day of your independence to your neighbors, Frog. And, it's not illegal where you are to do those fireworks, and they're just going to have to deal with it. And yeah, Saw, definitely the dogs and little animals, they don't like them. That is true. And I'm glad you're going to do what you can to protect your pets. Yeah. The sun almost looks like a black hole, like a supernova, up close. From like the movies, that's what it looks like to me. It looks pretty cool. You got a neighbor across the highway that's a jerk. Yeah. He's a Temu neighbor. He is a jerk, and he's going to be turning to jerky. Fireworks all the way. Yeah. Scared. Sauce said she'll be with Frog in spirit, making as much noise as possible. Hilarious. Facts. Oh, Frog, thank you. I'm glad you like it. It's also nice starting the day with you. You know, yeah, I like these morning streams that we do, and then we watch the trials later. It was a wild day yesterday with trials. Yeah, and I think it's a great way to start the morning with everybody, and certainly conversations are really cool because we have Frog coming from under his house and telling us his 4th of July Independence Day plans, which is really cool. And yeah, it's gonna be an interesting day. We're gonna see what happens. There's definitely gonna be fireworks, and it's definitely, not likely gonna be a stream over it. And also there's gonna be a lot of firearms being shot, probably too. People are gonna do. Oh yeah, you don't talk much in trial chat. Yeah, I understand. I understand. It's truly a spectacle to watch the trial itself. Sauce, I like to lurk and build puzzles during trials, so I don't chat much either. Yeah. Yeah, it's something pretty cool to see with the trials, in the background while you do something else. And it's basically a time to, like turn on the radio and do other things. And yeah. So I do like the, you know, trial chats, and I like the, watching it too. I think both are entertaining. Right, here's the tree in more light. I hear a crow. Yeah, it's a crow. Yeah, Mr. Mockingbird is being lazy this morning. I agree. Here's the blue. Just another angle of the hue. And the tropical sun shines on the enchanted garden. Very cool. Oh, look who it is. It's Claude. Hey, Claude. He's eating his salad. He has come to stream and he's, enjoying his morning salad. Mr. the Claudster. Yes, absolutely. And he's in the back, and now he is here. Yeah, this is Claude right here. He's saying, "Don't follow me." We're the feline paparazzi, the feline. We have to see these cats. Yeah. Frog said, my old black cat actually prefers to be outside. In summer, he won't come in at all. Yeah, this is an outside cat, and he likes being outside. Yeah, some of them like being outside. Oh, George the cat. That's very nice. He sounds like a very clever cat. He is laid out and spoiled right here. Shout out to George, the old black cat. Yeah, facts all. And he has his exotic leopard markings. Right there. And Mr. Claus is back from his trip of guarding the garden. And now he's taking a snooze. Look at that. We have a blooming okra. Very nice. Right there. See more of it. In the winter, he comes to the door at night and calls and claws it to get in and sleeps in the bed in winter. Oh, yeah, he doesn't like the cold. A lot of cats like the tropical weather. Yeah. Yes, all the plants look like they're checking out well this morning. Okay. Sometimes, like when it's sunny like this, it reminds you of orange juice. That's something nice people could have. And yeah, so orange juice is very cool. And the sun-kissed orange juice is, you know, a good analogy about it, because the sun touches all the fruits and oranges and stuff and makes them big. Sun itself almost looks like a giant orange. All right, so we have these other angles, of course, and there's more sunlight on the other trees. It's very nice right here. So there's some clouds, because it's going to be probably stormy later, and there's clouds in the distance. So that is a fun fact, but I'm glad we got this, we get to see it nice right now. That's a really rich green right there. And that's Bubbles. These clouds can be very expressive and epic. They can definitely, and that's where a lot of those storms are from, those types of clouds. See, more of the blue sky. Here's the elephant ear plants. They're getting big. It's all good. Greetings, UAP. It hurts mine too. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it looks like during the day. Yes. Right, and these are some bug nets on some of the okra plants. But yeah, you see that's the flower right there. That's going to be blooming. Right there. Oh, that's the garden. Yeah. Looks like a lovely weather there. Woke up to -1 degrees frost this morning. That is very cold. That is cold, UAP. Yeah, stay warm. The Antarctica making y'all cold. We have red couch outside the porch, which was completely white this morning. Ha ha ha. We're getting snow now, snowboard season. I love the snow, and it snows here very rarely. I've done streams in the snow here, so yeah. Hey, y'all gonna have fun with the snowboarding, definitely. Saw Girl asks UAP where the snow is at. You wouldn't, and you know, UAP, I wouldn't usually imagine snow happening in that region. So I'm intrigued about it snowing where you are. So it's good to know. The snow started last week in a town called Rotherham. The freezing cold air blows toward my house. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. I have not skied before. Oh no, Saul, it's from the southern hemisphere. In Oceania. He's from New Zealand. Oh, okay. Yeah, that weather's pretty perfect. Yeah, not too hot, not too cold. Yeah. Yes, UAP, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I have been doing. I've been doing fine. You know, been doing a lot of the trials, as you've seen, and I'm also able to do the garden lives as well. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Having a good morning and talking about UFOs and dreaming and stuff. Yeah. How about you, UAP? I hope you're doing well. I mean, it sounds like you're going to have a fun time with the snow. Yeah. Thanks for asking. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. UAP says I was shooting hoops with the kids earlier, and I pointed out what I thought was a satellite up high, and we were watching it and just stopped. Ah, yep. That's what... It's crazy when that happens. It almost feels unreal. You know, because I've seen them on this stream before, and they just kind of... Sometimes they'll blink at me, and it's like from all that distance, they can see you. So, yeah. That is really cool and spooky. You saw that. Yeah. It's also nice shooting hoops. There's the crow. Oh, yeah, absolutely, UAP. It's good for him to know what's going on with that. You know, they could get, you know, small doses of it to understand it over time and be future explorers of UFOs. Those darn crows are doing the job of Mr. Mockingbird today. Oh, okay, UAP. Understood. Okay. Yeah, UAP. Definitely. The crows of Salem, crow from the other realms into ours, even on the sunny day. The light shines on that grim sight. Indeed. Absolutely, UAP. Yep. That's a Crow reference. Yes. Yes, exactly. Yes, we do, UAP. UAP says, such intelligent birds. Have you seen one of the crows in their language? No, I've not. I've not studied too much about birds and their different callings. I've looked at the different bird callings, but I've not studied about everything about their communication skills. But they're definitely very intelligent birds, and I like how the birds communicate with each other. It's very cool. They identify us and give us names, apparently, They share info with their community. It's very interesting. Oh, very cool. So Mr. Mockingbird has given us all a name, and same thing with the crows. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. You know, I'm sure that it's a very intricate, tight-knit community of birds. And they have a lot of interesting things to say to each other about us and things. Yeah, very fascinating. You know, and birds are connected with the magnetic field, and they're able to sense stuff and the weather, and they fly in flocks. They're very fascinating. You know, that's another thing about them that's very cool. Okay, and I'll say at this point in time, this garden stream will be ending, and we will be seawall the vertic rim at some point. And yeah, the year is certainly flying by. You know, and we're in the midst of my area, midst of summer. Yes. And yeah, so I just basically think that this year we're in the midst of summer, and where I am and the other Oceania is in winter. And I think that's pretty cool about we're almost through the end of the year. Yeah, see you in the vertic room, Saul. It was nice having you on board with us. Okay. All right. Lurkers and everyone else, thanks for coming. Nice having y'all here with us. And we'll, show more of this garden over time.